The Memorandum of Understanding signed in March 2012 between Morgan Stanley and NUS Business School's Center for Asset Management, Research and Investments sets up a new way of learning that they hope will produce more capable business leaders. Bill Strong of Morgan Stanley notes the different challenges that B-School grads face today.
I think since I began, which was many years ago, over 30 years ago, if we hired people who were graduate students who had MBAs, they would typically have about 1.5 years worth of experience prior to getting their MBA. Now it's over 5. And I think that's pretty much consistent with here as well. So we need people who are very mature, who have very strong work ethic, and who've had, as we talked earlier, very practical experience. It's a very complex world, it's getting much harder, and so to have this kind of partnership is useful for us. But it takes more experience to work in our business than it has in the past.
Professor Joseph Cherian says his CAMRI students are excited about the new role that Asia will play. He says that they will study the past mistakes of the West and hopefully not repeat them.
So what we try to impart into the classroom, especially from my experience, is the best of academic knowledge, which is practical, that means can be implemented, not some esoteric theory that will never be useful for the rest of our lives or lifetimes or generations, but rather that can be brought and made applicable so that a company like a firm like Morgan Stanley or the financial industry in general will learn from it. Now, the other aspect I learned since the 2008-09 crisis is the importance of the things Bill mentioned: ethics, integrity, values. That is so important in our industry.
Integrity, values, these things have been talked about for decades, and many of these fine qualities and attributes have seemingly been missed in corporate America and even in schools as well. How do you re-impart, reinstill those types of values through this program, Bill, or through others?
I think it has been talked about for decades, I agree with you, but I think it's something that needs to be reinforced all the time. You know, always tell the truth. Always do what is the right thing. Always give the client the best advice. I mean, the joke I often tell is when I meet a client for the first time, I'm going to give you my best advice, whether you like it or not. So it's always going to be neutral, dispassionate, what is the best thing for the client, and then you can decide, you own the company, you can decide what to do. I just think we have to just reinforce those all the time because the industry changes so much. You just need to always come back to what is the best thing to do for the client in the long run. If you do that, you'll do extremely well. You don't need to try to convince a client to do something that's not the right thing to do. If you just give them the right advice, they'll figure that out, and then next time you won't have to pitch them, they'll call you.
Cherian says that society tends to look only at the bad players and their mistakes, but he notes that there are many good, ethical people in the industry who embrace sound business ethics and values. Strong agrees that there's nothing new about teaching good business practices and that CAMRI students will benefit from that.
Joe, with the way the global economy is situated right now, is this an opportunity for NUS and other regional business schools to create and grow homegrown talent that will then stay in this part of the world versus people that might have previously flown to London or to New York or other financial capitals to work there?
We want to be the global business school in Asia. That said, we hope that our students will be not just suitable for Asia, but also globally. That means they have the mobility to increase their stature in the world, progress in their career track, and be global citizens, and maybe even be leaders of big multinational corporations. Some of them already are. So what we are trying to do here is provide the environment that allows them to excel, be innovative, creative, and absorb as much as they can from both the academic sector and the practical sector.
Is there something about NUS Business School, this location, as I said, this moment in time, that is unique to what Morgan Stanley will contribute to the university, to what the university will contribute to the students? You're in the hot zone in this particular place and time, not just Singapore, but around the region. Is there anything about that that's unique or special in your mind?
We think it is. The business school itself, just its attitude about, again, going back to applied education, of taking real world experience and bringing it into the classroom, to us is terrific here. And they're really a leader in that. So that's number one. Number two, if we just think of the Republic of Singapore and its focus on creation of jobs. Its focus on enhancing financial services positions in Singapore. It's been a great, really, if you will, advocate for the public, for its citizens. So we think this blend of working closely with the regulators, working closely with the governments, and having a business school that really is at the cutting edge of applied education, to us was a perfect, kind of a perfect fit.
Both men agree that while business curricula are similar around the world, issues like corporate governance or family business structure may need to be taught in a slightly different way at CAMRI. For NUS Business School, I'm Glenn Van Zutphen.